Boom, buttons. Let's get right in there. Oh, yeah, that's a face right there, ready to say hi to ya. Hello, my fellows. It's your boy Scrubtello. We're here. I'm here with Aru. We're finally gonna get some answers. This bitch of a narrator is finally gonna answer, fess up, give us its pocket change. Yippee! That's right, Dooley. That's right.
And his shoes. Take his shoes.
Oh, shoes, definitely. We gotta get his shoes.
Take his fucking shoes.
Yeah. But if I
watched
recall,
I watched Iron Man 2 last night.
You watched what?
Iron Man 2.
Oh fuck! I haven't seen Iron Man 2 in forever. And his lunch money, of course, gotta get his lunch money. How dare he have lunch money? That's my lunch money. But yeah, we're in the final iteration of the princess. I forget, what did we do this time with the princess? We got the ooh woo face one. I know that.
Yeah, we got the hit you with the cat face.
Yeah, hit you with the cat face, yeah. And we gave her the knife, and she stabbed us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what's happening. I know which one we got.
Yeah, because we got the
I actually ended and saved before it gave us which princess. For our chapter 3. But I do know which princess is coming in. Alrighty, here we go.
everything goes dark and you die.
And we got thorns.
Yet
You're on a
again.
path in the woods.
Hi, Fake.
She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us.
I know, cheated. We were hoping.
Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against.
I mean, true. But hear me out, guy. Did you really say don't do it?
But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway. I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent.
I don't know, guys. If you actually look around, things look a little fucked.
Maybe she won't
No,
be
yeah,
keen
it's
to
fine.
betray us this time.
Okay, it's fine.
We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things.
I mean, it's fair. She killed us. We killed her. It's even.
You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
Yeah, let's see that, Mr. Opportunist.
What another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
You don't know what we're talking about? Man, we're gonna try and whip up some pancakes or something. Yo, speaking of, I got Waffle House the other day. Got me some.
Oh, I fucked so hard with Waffle House.
Hell
oh my fucking
yeah,
God.
fucking love Waffle House.
I adore Waffle House.
Same. It's been my go-to here, only because the IHOP here sucks ass. Back in my New Mexico days, though, when I would go out drinking, my friends and I would always stop at the same IHOP, and it was a 24-hour IHOP. We'd go there, get some chocolate chip pancakes. Get a fucking, whatever the fuck the thing was called with the eggs and the hash browns, and that shit fucking slapped. But then I started eating Waffle House here more often.
What do I get? I get the patty melt.
Oh, the patty melt. The sandwich or the one on the hash browns and eggs?
The sandwich.
Oh, see, I get the sausage and ham on top on the hash browns with eggs over easy, so I can make it get runny on the potatoes. Bowl? Yes, and I can make the egg extra runny, so it like runs all over the potatoes. So fucking good, man. That is my go-to. Also, chocolate chip waffles. Fucking love. I can fuck with some chocolate chip waffles. That shit's so damn good.
I do chocolate chips and peanut butter chips too.
Ooh, good choice.
Hi, La. Dude, I fucking there's a there's a Waffle House nearby that like there's 2 people there that like know me by name and I know them by name.
Man, I miss that, having a restaurant where the person just knows who you are.
There's this old lady named Carol that works there, and she's hilarious. She's like such like a scrawny old lady, but she's got like all these tattoos and shit. You could tell that she was a bad bitch back in her day.
Oh yeah. No, see, I had one that always talked about her ex-husbands and how she had so many ex-husbands. Me and my friends were convinced that she was murdering her husbands.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Because there was just so many of them. And like, granted, she's older and she's probably has just married a lot of people and divorced and married again, but how much better of a story would it be if she just fucking murdered them all?
That'd be a terrifying story to know that I live near someone like that.
It'd be a terrifying story that the person serving us pancakes murdered all her husbands.
Yeah, seriously, like, eggs are not the only thing she's good at butchering, clearly.
I can tell.
Bro, just found someone I work with in a random Discord server. Dude, what the fuck?
Hey, yo.
Are you gonna like out him, or are you gonna
Get at him.
are you gonna keep it to yourself?
Get him. Get him. Introduce yourself as
Don't
Jake
listen
from
to the
Straight
devil
Farm.
on your shoulder. Don't listen to Scrub.
Hi.
Don't listen to Scrub.
I
Just be the devil on your shoulder.
I commit fucking chaos. I make others commit chaos for me after now that I have settled down. I've settled down.
Scrub's lazy days are him making other people commit chaos for him.
Listen. I can't do them. I can't do them anymore. I've settled down. I'm married. I'm in the chilled portion of my life. But god damn it, I'm not gonna make other people make my bad decisions for me. Man,
You're like that meme of that one guy where he's like, yeah, that's what I would have done.
Okay, all things considered, things that I tell people to do are things I probably have already done before. I have lived a very interesting life in my early 20s. I did a lot of traveling, did a lot of drinking, and just had fun. Also, where I lived was just really fucking sketch. Like, I told you how New Mexico nightclubbing was, right? Where you'd go, where the best club was a gay club, and the funniest thing to happen afterwards is that everything closes at like midnight, and that's like too early for a night out. So, but also New Mexico's fucking crazy. So when you go out of the club, there was one of my first times going out. We got out of the club. We were still wanting to go do something, but the first thing that happens when we walk out is we see 2 homeless people fucking fight, just start fucking brawling it out. And the next thing we see, like seconds later, is everyone that got out of the club started surrounding them and betting money on who's gonna win. Like shit.
Yep, I remember that one.
Yeah, shit was fucked, man. Shit was crazy. I've also had to I've had to be the mom for some other friend groups because, like, you know how night outs are,
yeah.
and for some women it's very unsafe when you don't have a friend with you. I'm usually the friend that keeps an eye on their drinks and makes sure things are good. But every now and again, you have that one friend who always walks out to go on their little adventures and always comes out real fucking plastered. But there was one time my friend was going out, and like usually it's expected, she'll run off, she'll come back hours later, plastered as fuck. But for some reason today felt a little off. She came back like really plastered, like maybe not very long later. And it seemed very clear that someone slipped something in her drink. So I had to like baby her the rest of the day. The rest of the night. But
I have been the mom in my friend groups for so fucking long. Like so fucking long.
Yeah. See, I like going wild, but I go wild responsibly. Once I sense something's wrong, I get very defensive. But if that's not going on, I go crazy. I has my fun.
I'm usually not like the one who's like super duper wild, which I know is also a wild thing to think about because as you see me on stream, I'm completely different. When we're at outings, I'm usually not the one who's like super fucking wild. I'm just kind of there taking it all in, and I'm not as vocal.
Oh, I love bar crawling.
But it's not because I don't enjoy it. It's just because I'm naturally not a very vocal person when it comes to like actual like outings and like hanging out with a bunch of people. When it comes to like Discord and stuff, it's like the voice is basically all you have besides like little messages. So like I'll talk all the time, or like on stream, the voice is like all you have, right? Like for communication. But then like if I can communicate something without talking, like I do that shit all the time at work. I will like give nods, I'll give like thumbs up, I'll give whatever to make me not have to talk.
Oh.
I don't know why I do that, but that's just what I do.
See, for me, I like to bar hop, and I don't care how sketchy McFuck the bar is. If it's open, I'll go in and get a beer. Like, there was one time when I was in Portland, and I went out drinking with some people, and we went to this very very hidden, sketch-looking little bar place. And we're going in, we're having our beers, we're chilling out, and we see this homeless guy run in, just fucking excited as hell, because he just came back from dumpster diving. And he talks about how he just got this fucking sword out of the dumpster. And you see this fucker, and it's like old Civil War looking like sword shit. But crazy ass literally runs in, very excited that he has the sword, and instantly unsheaths it from whatever it was in. And just starts like showing it off around all over the place, but just very manically shaking it around.
Yeah, I'm not too well versed on the bar hopping, so I've never done that.
I mean, they can be fairly chill and safe when you go to the ones that are heavily public. I just kind of went to every bar. I just kind of went to whatever like I saw that said bar on it. And sometimes,
well, I just don't go to those because, like, you know, most of them are like $3 for water, and that's like basically all I'd get. So I'm like, why would I go there?
True. But yeah, that was interesting. That happened. We pissed on the street a few times because there was no places with bathrooms, so that was fun.
What the actual fuck?
Listen, sometimes when there's no bathrooms, you just gotta piss on the street and hope someone has Purell.
I would never be caught dead pissing on the street. Ever.
Oh, I've had some friends who like popped a squat. It happens.
I could not be caught dead.
You just gotta
pissing on the street.
Listen. The Pacific Northwest, people wear jackets. You just gotta become a human curtain. It's fine. Friends become human curtains to give the girls the privacy that they need to pop their squat. It's fine. It happens. You know, sometimes you gotta piss.
I wouldn't pee in front of my friends.
What?
Like.
What? Listen. The homies piss in public together. That's just how it is.
Oh, yeah, the auto-tune's still on. Let me fix that. Hold on. I forgot that was still on from Tuesday.
See, Dooley understands. Dooley's making the face of, yeah, that makes sense. Find a bush. Exactly! Except there was one time.
No.
My friend.
No.
There was one time my friend went to piss and didn't notice that someone, you know those apartments that kind of are mildly underground, have that mild lower floor, but there's that one window that still kind of shows that they live mildly underground? Yeah. So my friend was pissing and he didn't notice there was a window right there. It's just so while he's leaking, he looks down and he sees someone just mad staring at him take a piss right next to their window. I
would shoot myself right then and there if someone saw me pissing.
Guy was like looking up like, huh? What the fuck?
I would literally be like, why live? Like, no, I could not.
Listen. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta go out. That's just what goes on.
That's so messed up.
Listen. Sometimes it's just what happens, you know? The basement buildings.
I am not whipping my pussy out in the middle of fucking public.
It's
to
fine.
fucking pee. I could not.
I mean, it depends how public the area is. Like when there's no people around, it's kind of like, you know, it seems safe.
No.
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 Usually people don't give. Usually most people just ignore and don't give a shit. But you know, that's most cases.
I don't know. I have too much dignity for that.
Damn.
I could not.
It's fine. It's fine. All right.
When you gotta go, rational thought can go out the window. No, it doesn't
Yeah,
for me.
exactly.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Listen.
When I have to go, I still have my rational. There have been times in my life where like I really have to fucking pee. But if there was nowhere to go, I would just hold it.
Listen, sometimes holding it is just no longer the option.
Over the years, I trained my bladder, okay?
Yep, sometimes you're just on the edge.
I trained my bladder to grow from how much I had to hold it sometimes. You have there have been times I've had full fucking like actual, I want to say 2 straight minutes of just peeing, 2.5 straight minutes of peeing, somewhere around there.
Yeah, those long pisses, they do hit. I mildly admit, I feel like that's why I have such a small bladder, because when I need to go, I don't care where I'm at. Well,
Holding
I guess
your
it does
pee
matter
does
where I'm at.
increase UTI risk. It does do that, because I got one. I had to go to the pussy doctor, and I was like, listen, I just need my medication.
Listen,
I just want to pee this shit out.
I'm training to hold my piss for longer amounts of time, doctor. I'm sorry, but it is a necessary training. I didn't want to be spotted piss squatting in the basement building apartment.
The UTI I got was definitely easier to live through than someone seeing me pee. Hi, Blue.
It happens. All right, we can continue.
Doctor
now,
goes,
though.
okay, so what will you say?
What will you say?
Me just sighing, being like, I won't be a piss baby anymore.
I mean, wouldn't that make you an anti-piss baby? Since you're trying to, like, keep yourself from pissing?
No, I'm trying to make myself be able to piss longer. I'm becoming the ultimate piss baby.
I mean, that is true. That does mean that you're full of piss. That does make sense, yes.
Hi, Kamikaze. Yeah, we were talking about peeing in public.
Sometimes you gotta go. After drinking so much, your sense of awareness of giving a fuck tends to, like, increase drastically.
I'll be real with you, dog. I have been to the darkest depths of needing to pee, and I've never had my rational thought go out the window.
Nah, I've been on long drives, stopped on the side of the road, and just let it out too.
I have been on really long drives and had to hold it for 3 hours at one point.
Nah, after I'm stuck feeling like I need to hold it for over an hour, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna like park right here and be like, okay, I'm just gonna piss over here. Cars will pass looking very confused, but they understand what's happening.
Jesus, that's dangerous. Yeah, you know what else is dangerous? Me whipping my fucking pussy out in the middle of public.
Listen. When the friends become the human barrier, nothing can be seen.
Scrub.
What?
You act like I have a lot of friends.
Listen. Sometimes you go to a bar and you make friends there.
I don't go to bars. I don't drink.
You're right. Sometimes you go to public location of non-alcoholic beverages and make friends there.
Hold on, I'm trying to get back to you on where a good spot of that would be.
Barnes and Noble.
It seems like everywhere I go. Oh, nobody wants to talk to you in Barnes and Noble.
Really? I've had some really interesting conversations in Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, no, I think the closest I've had was like one person where I was like, they were like looking at this going like, I don't know if I want to read this, and they were telling their friend, and I was like, I think it's a really good series. Don't take my word for it, but I do think it's really good. And then that was it.
I mean, I'd say a little more than that, but you know.
Well, again, when I'm in a public setting, I try to get by with as little vocalization as possible.
See, I'm 50-50. Sometimes I'll be super vocal. Sometimes I just don't feel like talking to people. And people will be able to tell. I have really bad resting bitch face, so if I don't want people to talk to me, that's just on, and they know not to talk to me. But at other times, I'll just go and start a conversation. I'll just be like, yo, what up? You ever pissed in public?
Yeah, I'm not like that. I'm definitely not like that. I'm very talkative and I guess quote unquote approachable online. I'm very, apparently I give off a very specific vibe of like I want to get whatever I'm doing done whenever I'm IRL. That's what I've been told.
Man, you are the locked in that we...
I'm locked the fuck in. I'm a chick on a fucking mission, dude. It's fucking crazy. I like go in somewhere and I'm like, okay, I'm looking for this thing, or I'm trying to buy this thing, or I'm trying to get this thing done and leave.
Bro, same. See, I'm 50-50. Sometimes I feel like socializing, so I'll talk to people. Less more now that I've gotten older, but when I was younger, I would socialize more.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I was like, oh, I'm like, man, all my friends are on my computer screen. I'm okay. I don't need to talk to other people.
See, most of my friends before I got into VTubing were people I met in bars. That I met through random bar hops, and that was most of my friends before COVID happened. I'd just be like, yo, I'm bored. I'm gonna go out. So I just go out, go to a bar, hear some interesting conversations, be like, yo, I'm gonna chat with y'all.
Heard sad stories of people getting put on lists since you never know who's passing. Exactly. You can be put on a list just for peeing in public.
Yes. Well, yeah, you gotta make sure it's like, you know, not a fucking park.
Well, even on the side of the road, that is a road that people could be driving with their kids on. So, like, you can still be put on a list for that.
Well, you make sure there's nothing passing by. Sometimes you just can't hold it.
Make sure there's nothing passing by. How do you make sure on a road that a car's not passing by? Because while you're peeing, a car could just come flying by.
Yeah, in most cases, when you live in the city and people look at you just staring at a wall or something, they don't. The first thing they suspect isn't they're taking a piss.
I would be squatting.
That's why you have the friend barrier.
Now we loop right back around with not having a friend.
I know, we're going around in circles. Buy a funnel, kamikaze.
Sometimes you just need to whip your dick / hey out.
I will say it is harder for girls. For guys, it's a lot easier.
People down to assert dominance. If I stare people down while I'm doing that,
that's how you get on a list.
And if I stare some certain wrong people down while doing that, I will end up. Anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely easier for guys than it is for girls.
Next time one of you pee, tell me. I'm not telling you when I pee.
Mm-hmm.
Mission orientated, yeah. I am apparently completely like mission oriented whenever I go places.
I feel that.
Most of my friends are from the reserve unit I'm in. Most of my friends are people that I made friends with in school.
I don't think I talked to any of my old
besides like
friends.
Online stuff, but like actual like IRL friends is basically just the people I met in school. That is it.
Yeah, I haven't talked to any. Every part of my life where I've like done a thing and then left it to do something else, I completely just stopped contacting those other people. It's mostly just because I lock myself in with the other thing I'm doing, and then when I feel like socializing, instead of like messaging back people, I will then just go out and try to socialize with other people. That's just kind of how my brain worked.
Yeah, I didn't want to socialize with a lot of people around, or at least a lot of people that would be around places like bars around here. You're not asking for the right company if you're going there.
That's true, that's true. I did also tend to like bar hop in more, it seemed more fun, acceptable places with the occasional sketchy bar in between. But I would go on like these stupid long walks too. Like I explored the entirety of downtown Portland one time for a bar hop. Then another time on a bike. Although that time I made friends in the hostel that I was staying in, and we all rented out bikes and started riding around to other bars.
Mine were a proxy network from my first D&D group. Dude, you know what's crazy? My first actual D&D group happened like months ago.
Oh, right, the Persona thing. How'd that go?
We're still in it, but we've been taking a break. Like on Mondays, the guy who's the DM, he just started back up working at school because he works at a school.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he recently started back up working again. And his curriculum, he's teaching high schoolers.
Uh-huh.
So he's fucking exhausted by the end of the day dealing with high schoolers.
I can see why they will be a lot. I remember being a moody teenager. That was exhausting.
Also, as a guy, I just puts on the tire, hides it well enough. Sure. I'm not gonna ask how that works, but sure.
Yeah. I feel like it's easier for guys to hide it than it is for girls.
I also feel like it's like people don't see it as that big of a deal when a guy does it, but they see it as a huge deal when a girl does it.
That's also fair. That is also fair.
School route would have worked if I didn't move around. I moved around like 5 times while I was growing up. I still did it. It was fine.
I moved like once. But then I moved like in the city another time.
Yeah, when you were teaching, it was easier for middle schoolers and high school. Yeah, exactly, Dolny. It's like high school. He's always like, dude, I fucking hate high schoolers. I can't. And he teaches chemistry.
I'm like, no.
So he's trying to actually open like all the high schoolers' brains and like actually get them active, and they're not fucking doing it.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot. Because it takes a lot to get high schoolers to want to do anything that isn't what they want to do.
Yeah. High school friends have fucked right off, save for one, thankfully. There have been plenty of high school friends I don't have anymore, but IRL, I have like 5 friends.
I think it's been like
5.
It's definitely been more than half a decade since I've talked to any of my old high school friends. No, it's been half a decade since I talked to my old college buddies also.
Someone from work tried to go out with me, and I just declined/ghosted that guy. Declining is fine. You shouldn't ghost someone, but you should just like decline and be like, hey, like, no, that's I'm not looking for that.
I definitely became a lot less social when I left the city too, because at least in Seattle, a lot of people were always very sociable. Like, it was just a city where people just liked socializing. So it didn't even matter, like, where would you go? Like, most cases than not, you'll run into someone, you'll just go into a conversation if you wanted to.
The one time I was in Seattle, there was so many more strangers talking to me than I've ever had growing up entirely in any of the states that I lived in.
It's a very chill social, like, city.
Yeah, I guess it's just different for me, because the first thing I think when a stranger talks to me, because of where I grew up, is
they're
what information are you trying to get out of me?
Yeah. See, no, there is just like, it's just small talk. You're just chilling, you're chatting. Maybe y'all become friends. Maybe you're just having a fun conversation, and it's all cool. It's fun. There's one time when I was in my first couple months when I was living in Seattle, I had cousins that came in to visit, and literally, like, after an hour of like some minor bar hopping, they made friends with like some random people, and we had like just really large group all of a sudden. After a few stops that we just kept going bar hopping after.
I'm too defensive for that. It's a natural defense mechanism.
I'm definitely a lot more defensive now than I was then, but yeah.
I don't know. It's like I always just think that way, where I'm like, what are you trying to get out of me? What are you trying to, I guess, like, what are you trying to, like, what kind of dirt are you trying to get on me?
I mean,
Like, why me personally? Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, don't talk to me, please. Like, that's I don't feel comfortable. I feel like you're trying to do something or get somewhere or something. It's always I feel like you have an ulterior motive.
I feel like that's a natural defense mechanism for girls, though, too, because that does happen to y'all a lot more often.
It happens way too fucking often.
Yeah.
As someone who worked at cons.
See, I have the other thing of being dude. So like, just by being dude and random conversations are just a normal thing.
Yeah, you have the dude buff. I have the woman debuff.
Damn.
So like, as someone who worked at cons, there are some fantastic people at cons. There are wonderful people at cons.
There's just also really fucking sketchy people.
There is also some of the saddest, loneliest, depressed.
Oh my god. Yep.
Pieces of shit at cons.
And then they feel entitled.
And obviously, I'm just gonna nip this in the bud. I'm not talking about everyone.
No.
These are the bad eggs are who I'm talking about. Plenty of people are fucking awesome who go to cons.
There's a lot of really cool people at cons, but there are those very few.
There's a reason
really,
I wanted to work at cons, because I enjoy most of the experience and the people that are at cons.
Yep.
But there are some people, especially because I'm someone who's working at the con, right? So I have a place I have to be right there at that booth working there. And they know that.
And they'll just float around you the whole time.
Yeah, and I'm like, you need to leave. Are you not buying anything? Then are you not looking at our products? Then leave.
Give you a fucking creepy ass grin the entire time too. Be like, hey, how you doing? Oh, you don't want to talk? Let me give you a multiple hour long expletive about how my life is sad and you should feel bad about me.
Let me show you like how much I know about this one series or this one thing, and I'm like,
yo, this song's
I don't
about
know you,
me.
so I don't give a fuck.
Yo, this song is about me.
I cannot stand those people who are like, oh yeah, let me just flex my knowledge and like let me be a Redditor and be like, actually, and I'm like,
actually, you see this?
shut the fuck up.
Well, you see here.
Please shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
But
sorry,
but you're selling the things about my waifu, and I'm explaining to you how great my waifu is.
Actually, it's actually.
Actually, let me tell you what.
I've been only to one con and it's been great. Saw a lot of cosplayers and we played a prototype of a ship board game for 5 hours. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I think the con experience is still really fucking cool. Unfortunately, because I work cons, I did work cons, which means I went to so many cons, and I was stationary, where it was all the people were passing by me, not me controlling where I was going. I got to see the great people. I got to see the normal, even the normies who haven't really been to cons but are learning it.
Yeah.
And I got to see the bad eggs.
So what's funny is if I were to go to a con, I'd definitely look like a normie.
Sort of. I think your tattoo would make you not look like a normie.
True. I also have the funny hairdos, which also helps me.
That's true. Yeah. With your hairstyle and your tattoo, I think you'd look more like someone who's like, oh yes, the gap bridger.
The gap
one
bridge.
Between normie and
oh, yo, guess what? I'm the gap. Let's go.
Yeah, the one between normie and like nerd.
Hey, yo, I'm gapped. Let's go.
You are the bridge between them. The in transition normie. I don't know about in transition. It would be more like he's like stationarily right there where he's able to flex between normie and
I'm the missing link.
he's working a flex social schedule.
I can see that.
The buffs of both and debuffs of neither. Exactly.
Yo, hell yeah, let's go. I am the
He's
social.
the Homo erectus of con goer.
Oh yeah, Homo erectus. Let's go.
I hate that word. I hate that word. I hate that word. The missing link. Yeah, that's literally what Scrub would be.
The
Is
Homo
like
erectus.
people would see Scrub and be like, if I am friends with him, I can be friends with normies.
Okay, that does make sense a lot, because I'm usually the one that gets my shy friends to socialize with other people too. Because I remember that being a lot of my early VTubing. Like, I'd have shy friends that want to talk to other ones of my friends, so I'd be like, yo, just go talk to them. Or I'll, like, force them to talk.
I remember there was a lot of people who would like, I say a lot, that makes me sound pretentious. If there was a good amount, more than I thought,
You know
that
what?
thought of me as unapproachable and would always try to use their friends to be able to talk to me.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, guys, really? Me? Are you kidding?
See, I was the one that, like, bullied my friends to, like, talk to each other. And I remember my old server, a big part of how my old server grew the way it did was very heavily on the fact that I would bully people who wanted to talk to each other to actually fucking talk to each other. And I'd at them like, yo, talk to this person. They think you're neat. And then they're just like, hey, hi. Forget I can fix him. Scrubby is, he can fix me. Yeah. But, I mean...
You unapproachable? Yup. Yeah, see? People think of me as unapproachable.
Now, see...
People think of me as unapproachable.
Listen. I have the ability to turn on the resting bitch face to where I get that. I just have the ability to make it to where I can choose when I am and am not approachable.
I literally, like... I don't know. I'm just like... I know some people are like, when they're trying to talk to me, they're looking to be like my bestest friend ever, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I have my bestest friends ever. Like, I have one I've known that I play with every Tuesday that I've known since fucking intermediate school. Some of you don't even know what the fuck intermediate school is.
That's
but,
a
like,
while back.
Yeah, it's 15 years.
Mm-hmm. See, I never got to have, like, the childhood best friend type thing. I was always the one that, like, kind of just I always had, like, those short friend groups I had for, like, very short amounts of time. And I just got very used to the mentality that, like, okay, you're gonna be cool to hang out with for, like, a year, and then you're gonna go off and do your own thing, and that's cool, too. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing also. And so I've never really had, like, those friend groups that, like, stuck for very long amounts of time. And, like, there were some special cases. Like, there was my old roommate back in New Mexico who, like, I was friends with, like, 4 or 5 years before I moved to Seattle and they moved to Colorado, and we just, like, stopped talking to each other. But, like, for me, like, I've always been much more used to knowing that I'm, like, in small groups and, you know, things just move on. People go other directions. And I'm like, okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
people just do other things. And, like,
Yeah.
that's fun. I love the people that aren't looking to be closer than needed to be with me and, like, are able to just, like, we have a conversation, we catch up, whatever, and then we're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool, and then we, like, don't talk to each other for a while, and then we come back and we're like, oh, hey, like, yeah, what's been going on? Yeah, just this thing. Oh, okay, cool. And, like, that's it.
Yeah. But I do also make a certainty about me that, like, even if me and people don't talk for very long amounts of time, once we do start talking, it's as if we never stopped talking. Like, I'm very good at that. I like being able to, like, keep that closeness with people, so, like, it doesn't require that consistent need to talk all the time. Like, they just know I'm there, so if they ever want to, like, chat or hang out, they know I'll be there to, like, hang out. That make sense?
Yeah, no, I get that, because that's like what I'm talking about too, is like where it's like people who aren't like, they're not trying to they're not trying to overtly exercise their expectations on you.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, oh yeah, you should be doing this, we should be talking at least this much each week or whatever, and I'm like, fuck off. Like,
See,
why can't we just talk when we can talk and hang out when we can hang out?
Yeah, I kind of suck at consistent conversations too. Like, I'll have episodes where I'm just like, and Dooley knows that because I'm in a group chat with Dooley and some friends, and like every now and again I'll just completely disappear, and it'll just be like a whole week or so where I just don't talk, and then there'll be other days where I'll just talk consistently for like a long amount of time. I need a permanent spot in your brain kind of friendos.
Tony, thank you. Yeah, the I need a permanent spot in your brain kind of friendos. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of them trying to be like, you've made this huge impact on me. I should be making this huge impact on you. That is not how fucking human beings work.
That's not how that
and
works.
It really fucking grinds my gears because I've had so many people these last like few years that try to do that to me, and then they try to guilt trip me and be like, well,
And then there are those types that
I thought we were closer than you think, and I was like, I don't give a shit how close I think we are or how close you think we are.
Yeah.
What I give a shit about was that I was talking to you. We enjoyed having conversations. It was nice. I never once thought it was bad.
Yeah.
But I just don't have all day to spend on a single person, and I have to focus on the things I have to do, like work and my music work and my streaming and my everything and other people that I care about.
Yeah.
There are so many other things and so many other facets to my life, and you're trying to dumb it down to you. That is pretentious and that is narcissistic.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat there. I tend to like, I float. I go back and forth with either being super social and then just like, I will not message anyone for weeks on end on occasion.
Yeah, and like you and I will just sit there and like message every now and then and be like, oh hey, blah blah, this thing. You send me a TikTok or something, and then like that's it, and then we're fine, and then we come back like whenever we stream, we're like, hey, what's up? Yeah, you ready? Yep, I'm good to go. Blah, blah, and like that's it.
And then there's like other occasions where like all of a sudden, maybe once a year, we'll just have this day-long fucking conversation, yap rant that just.
Yeah, just like
crazy.
Me and you like in a call or whatever, and we're just fucking going at it. We're talking all about like fucking anything and everything.
And then we find the next thing we notice, it's like late at night.
And then after that, we go to bed and then we wake up and then we don't message each other for like maybe 4 days or something, or even like a week or something, or until like our next stream, and then we're like, hey, what's up? What's good? Yep, I'm
until
doing
Sonic
good. How about
shows
you?
up in my TikTok and I have to make sure Aru sees it.
Yeah.
Until we see Goth Sonic, and then no, I don't care what you're doing. You're gonna see Goth Sonic right now.
Unfortunately, I'm in circles who have a lot of Reddit attitude. Fucking tank, dude. So besides the fact that I cannot stand tank controls on anything, Final Fantasy XIV starts you out with tank control. Tank controls are where you go backwards and forwards, and you have to actually look to turn yourself. You can't like go sideways.
Oh no, Dooley's calling us out. It was definitely Sonic related last time.
The whole day combo was probably Sonic related. Okay, to be fair.
We needed to talk about the joys that was Sonic X and how great of a show that was.
That sounds awful. Yeah, no, I can't stand tank controls on tanks. I can't stand tank. It's why whenever I played Battlefield, I never got in a tank. I couldn't fucking stand tank controls at all. Like, just, it doesn't matter how quote-unquote good the tank controls are, I cannot stand them.
You know what has great mech controls that I'm very excited to finally get to play again after finally buying it? Lost Planet 1.
See, I can't do tank controls ever.
Well, it's not tank controls. Have you played Lost Planet? Where like they have like these robot suits that you can use? It's mecha.
I haven't played Lost Planet 1. But I played the others after.
See, I've only ever played 1. I never played any of the others after. Once it got the MMO mentality thing going on, I never had a strong enough internet to play games like those, so I just couldn't play it. So I was just sitting there like Sag. It is a shame they didn't get a seat.
Wait, why didn't that play? Hold on.
Didn't play what?
I got it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, my Beaky Bot wasn't connected.
Sonic X.
It's fine. You wouldn't like OG Tomb Raiders anyway.
Oh right, OG Tomb Raider did have those kind of like you have to move yourself around. You have to like stop.
Oh yeah, because I played Anniversary. I didn't play the OG. I played the Anniversary where it's not tank controls.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, no, I can't stand them. But what I couldn't stand more would be like fucking people with Redditor mentalities.
You know what was a really fun game with tanks in it? The Flash game Tanks. You know which one I'm talking about, right? The turn-based one where you kind of have a tank and you kind of angle the little shooty thing to shoot at your friend's tank.
Oh yeah, just like it's sort of like Worms Armageddon or Worms
Yes.
Battlegrounds, Worms Armageddon,
It was
things like that.
it was like
Yeah,
the Worms before Worms. Yes.
before Worms. Yeah.
It was Worms before Worms became Worms. Then Worms played tanks. They're like, yo, let's do that with Worms. And they became Worms.
See, and then that's the funny thing is that I played the tank one and then I played Worms and I was like, this is just better because there's so much more to do. It's
just
not just
fucking
shooting a
Worms.
tank. It's like there's so much more. There's like the jetpack and like all the fucking gadgets and stuff you could use.
Yes. Now, Dooley, see, I've been debating on doing a stream where I just play old Flash games. Because I definitely... You know what's an old Flash game I really want to play again? Thing. Do you remember Thing Arena? The things that kind of look like Rayman, but they were like a lot more simplistic looking.
Bro, I just had a fucking ratatouille moment. Like I just ate
Oh
like the
my-
fucking pasta and just flung back to when I was a kid. Oh my fucking god, Thing Arena.
Oh, so you have played Thing Arena. Let's go.
Jesus Christ.
I was a pro Thing player. I was hardcore. There was very few games that I played to a very special degree. And Thing Arena, oh man. That was some good shit. That was some good shit.
Hi Scarth, how are you?
They
What's Sonic
did,
X?
but-
Sonic X is a Sonic anime.
Yes. Sonic the anime. But I feel like there is a way to still play some of those old Flash games, though. Like, don't those sites still exist? Like, Crazy Monkey Games and all that? Or
There's
those-
third-party things you can get for Adobe Flash Player.
Yeah. Alright, let's go see what princess we got now that we got thorns.
Oh right, we have a game.
Right, it's been 57 minutes, holy fuck. I tell you, we get fucking sidetracked, man.
I love this. I love yapping. Yap the princess.
I'm telling you, we need to just have a just chatting. And just wait, the second we make a just chatting stream is the stream where we actually don't have anything to yap about.
We have nothing to yap about because we've yapped about it all while playing
Man, all of our
Slay the
peak yap
Princess.
conversations are being buried in Slay the Princess and not just chatting. Oh man.
well here you go. This is a whole episode of just yapping.
Yo, it's the episode. Well, I think every episode has been a yap episode. I think an hour of all of our streams have been yapping sessions.
Really?
I can actually say about an hour of all of our streams have been about yapping sessions. Like I've edited every single stream we've done except for like the one last week because I haven't had the time to edit that one yet. And all of them have like this long hours worth of like just side yapping conversations.
Let's fucking go. I love that. Guys, I got to like not talk at all yesterday because I was resting my voice. Like literally I was in chats, like in VCs and stuff, just like barely talking, listening to people and just playing games.
She's preparing her voice
And
for
just
this
trying
stream.
to yeah, and like I was like I had my Earl Grey tea with some honey in it to have like a nice soothing.
Now, Dooley, funny you say that because I'm actually doing
Almost
that from
medicine?
our. There's a 25-minute video I just made about one of our recent yapversations that I'm making a video that I made into a video. Now I just gotta do funny little edits onto it to make it sillier. But also, speaking of pissing, I need to go piss real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you go fry that chicken. But yeah, there was an entire time where yesterday where I was just like in calls. I worked on some music and then I was in calls the entire time, barely talking, playing Spider-Man 2 on PC, and just listening to the people in the calls. And then at the end of the day, I was hanging out with one of my friends and we watched Iron Man 2 together because I'm taking her through the MCU. We watched Iron Man 1 and then yesterday we watched Iron Man 2. Next is Thor. It'll be interesting. I'm indoctrinating another person into the MCU. Because, you know, I'm a horrible person. I don't know. I love the MCU. I love it. See, that's what people say. Why torture them like this, bro? Never mind. I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna say that. No. I shit you not. Every 2 days. Every 2 days or so, I watch an MCU movie. I shit you not. I very much enjoy the MCU. Say it. I was gonna say, bro, you play War Thunder. Like
I've returned from piss.
You want to talk about torture?
War Thunder.
Yeah, I was talking about how I'm indoctrinating one of my friends into the MCU. We're watching
God.
all the MCU movies slowly.
Oh
and
man, that's
people
gonna
were
be
like, why would you torture? And I was
that's
like,
a
what do you mean
2-day long
torture?
endeavor, and that is a fucking treat. I don't know what you're talking about, man. They're all really fun movies, and after a certain amount of time, when you watch a certain number of them, your brain just kind of falls into the multiverse for a little bit, and then they have to save you and bring you back.
See, we got to Iron Man 2, right? And the funny thing is when she first started, before we watched Iron Man 1 on Tuesday,
Yeah.
she was like, I don't really care much for Iron Man. Like, I don't know. I didn't really like him as a character. And I was like, cool. Then that means you clearly didn't watch Iron Man 1. So we're going to watch that. And we watched it. And then she was like, oh my God, when do we get to watch Iron Man 2? Do we get to watch Iron Man 2 today? Like, do you have time? And I was like, no, I have to go to bed. And she's like, can we watch Iron Man 2 tomorrow? Can we please watch Iron Man 2 tomorrow? Can we please? So I don't know what you're talking about by torture. She is fucking absolutely adoring Iron Man right now.
It sounds like Aru just turned their friend into a crack whore. It's like, yo, come on, man. Let me get my fix. I need my fix. We're gonna do this now, right?
You don't understand. I need my Iron Man fix. I was telling them, I was like, every 2 to 3 days, I watch an MCU movie.
See, you know what was my fix
It is
for a while?
very, very rare for me to watch one of the MCU movies that doesn't have Iron Man in it.
You know what was my thing for a while? And I did it every year straight until I moved here. I would watch Breaking Bad from episode 1 to the end of to the very end. Once a year for like 5-6 years straight.
That's me with Modern Family.
Ooh, funny enough, never watched Modern Family. I've seen random
fucking funny.
I've seen random
It's
episodes
so
here and there.
fucking
But
funny.
like, I know that the granddad was the guy from Love and Marriage, or was it Married with Children?
Married with Children.
That's it, Married with Children. And I knew when I was a kid, I used to watch the fuck out of that show.
Yeah, Ed O'Neill is so fucking funny.
The guy's fucking great. It was funny because I have a funny little lineup when it came to those old shows I used to watch in an order. Because I watched that a lot when I was younger. Then I watched a shit ton of Malcolm in the Middle. I also watched a shit ton of Friends. That 70s show was the shit. Fuck, what was another really good one from back then that I watched a lot?
Scrubtello should just hold it for the whole stream to assert dominance.
Did I not just say that when I need to piss, I go piss? Like, what? We just had like a half-hour long conversation.
Were you listening to me? Like
excuse me?
hello?
My dominance is saying that
Were
when
my
I need to piss,
were my
I go
yaps for
piss.
nothing?
Were my yaps unimportant to you? Were my yaps not special enough? I thought we had something special fake from State Farm.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was my first superhero movie ever. That's a lot of people's first superhero movie.
That is fair. And then everyone expects Spider-Man to actually have like just naturally make web fluid.
Yeah, the minute like the Andrew Garfield ones came out, they were like, "What the fuck? Why are they giving him a device for web fluid?" And it's like, it's actually always been that way.
What do you mean web shooter? Ugh.
Sam Raimi was the first one to not do that.
I know. Sam Raimi should have taken the next step. Should have just had it come out of his ass.
I mean, he made a reference to that in his next Marvel movie.
Hell yeah.
In Doctor Strange 2.
Wait, what?
It was like, oh yeah, he shoots webs and blah blah. And then the chick, the have you seen Doctor Strange 2?
I have, yes. Multiverse Madness?
Yeah, whenever
Yep.
they're first talking to that one chick, the one that was being hunted.
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
They were talking to America, and she was like eating pizza, and then like they were like, yeah, you know, there's Spider-Man. There's a thing with Spider-Man that happened with multiverse and blah blah. And then she was like, Spider-Man. It's like, yeah, well, he's more like of a man than a spider. And he goes, oh, okay. Well, he's like, he shoots webs and stuff. And he goes, out of his butt.
Wait, I do remember that. That shit was great. My brain
Yeah.
was just very much overwhelmed with the part where the Illuminati got their shit kicked in.
I fucking I'm so mad at Disney because I love the new Deadpool movie. I love it. It's fantastic.
Yes.
But the fact that Disney was like, yes, Ryan Reynolds, you can do your rated R Deadpool movie, but they told Sam Raimi with Multiverse of Madness, you cannot do rated R. You cannot. He threw away so many different really cool designs.
Yeah.
For everything that was going to happen.
I've never seen
and toned it down a whole lot because they were like, no, you can't do that.
I need you to send me those designs after stream so I can see that shit. Because I've actually never seen the designs.
Absolutely.
Totally
They're so
down.
fucking good. They are terrifying.
All right. Something specially parasocial. Hell yeah. Fake's like your song for
My
real.
one true love.
Listen, we've only ever met once, but I really feel like we belong together.
Is it sad that like that quote is based on something that has actually been told to me?
Why am I not surprised? Is the real thing.
Is it sad that all of the quotes in there are things I found people saying?
Oh, I am not surprised. I know how the internet works, and the internet is a dastardly place.
Look, just because I've only seen your model doesn't mean it's not true love. I will always, to the ends of the earth, say that the way someone looks can affect how you feel about them. But it's not as ridiculously like overzealous as everyone's making it be.
Yeah, I just think because it's anime characters moving around, it got people that little extra dose of excitement and got them doing that little extra dose of creepy because they didn't get to see the human face behind it. You know what I mean?
They
That
don't see a
disconnected
human face behind it, so they which is why those are the same people who get mad whenever it's like, you're breaking immersion, I can't believe you. And it's like, yeah, I'm reminding you that I'm a fucking human being.
No,
I am not your fucking object of worship or sex fantasies. That's not what I am.
Yo, but I saw something that looked like you in a hentai.
Good. Then tell me, because I'd like to see someone that came up with a design that looks like mine. Doubt I can find that anywhere.
Yeah.
Stop humanizing yourself. Back to the goon cave.
Back to the goon cave with
see the
you.
human face behind it. There's a mask. Dude, you've seen it. There has been art.
Yep.
Don't you dare.
I remember you had a little era going on where people kept trying to draw you without the mask, and it all just became like super body horror looking stuff under it.
Oh, that was because that's what I told him.
Yes. There's like multiple different
Except
ones.
there was that one time.
Oh.
Yeah, there was multiple different ones. There was that one time. Heartberry fucking killed me. I was playing Amnesia.
Yeah.
And there was one part where I did something and got away from the monster or something like that, and like it was like extremely impressive. I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah,
And I was like, holy shit, I have the biggest cock energy right now, like ginormous fucking cock energy. Did you just see what I did? And then I do that stream, I go to sleep, I wake up the next day. Heartberry has posted fan art, and it's Aru with her mask off, holding it to the side, but just a ginormous fucking dick in front of her mat or her face, so you can't see what's under it. Fucking destroyed me. I was not ready for that.
Beautiful. Good shit right there. Hell yeah.
Dude, yeah, that's exactly what I was like. I expect nothing less of Barry. Barry's just like, yes, I'm going to reveal what's under Aru's mask. Too bad, giant cock. And I was like,
behold.
it was so fucking funny.
Gave
It was
cockblock
so
a whole new
fucking funny.
meaning.
Legitimately, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like actually what happened. It was so fucking. It was so good. That shit had me in tears right when I woke up.
Hell yeah.
The pigsty one had me floored when looking at old artwork. Oh yeah, the one where he drew me as like a pig girl that was like leaning over a trough trying to eat.
You've gotten some like wacky art done, that's for sure.
It is so crazy because those are all fan arts.
Yep.
And that was Barry. Dude, Barry is fucking hilarious. I love Barry. He's hilarious.
Barry goes hard, man.
I don't remember why it happened. I can like oink like a pig though.
Maybe that was why? Oh, yep, there it is. Okay.
And then I can oink like a pig outwards too.
All right, now back to the trough with you. On today's episode of Scarlet's Web.
It's Charlotte's Web.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah, I can oink like a pig.
Listen. I've never been good with names. Everyone's correcting me now.
Dude, yeah. Me, it's Charlotte. Fucking kamikaze, Charlotte. Duel me, Charlotte. There's a game, by the way. There's a game of me as a pig.
God damn. Where is it? I need to play it. It's Aru's Web now. Just gonna let Aru have her moment for a sec. She's troughing around.
Fake going, hold up. Did you know it's actually Charlotte's Web?
My life is a lie. I've been getting what the fuck's it called? I'm getting Charlotte's Web at home. Getting Charlotte's hand-me-down. Charlotte is the spider. I know that, Dooley! God damn it.
No, Dolny. Scarlet is the spider.
You son of a bitch.
I'm trying so hard not to not laugh out loud like a maniac.
There it is. That's why Scarlet came to brain.
The Charlotte Witch in Scarlet's Web. Wait, you're trying hard not to laugh because I can oink like a pig? Can nobody else do that, really?
I can't, yeah. The Charlotte letter. Arliss lost the trough now. Never to be seen again. Off trotting about.
Y'all really can't do that?
Nope.
I do that just like it's with my uvula.
Ah.
I almost said vulva. Jesus Christ.
puts down Mike for a sec.
If my life was on the line, I don't think I could figure out the oink method. Really? That's crazy. Okay, so there's that. There's what else can I? Oh yeah,
Oh, that one, yeah, the little droplets. Remember, you're getting with the droplets last stream. Or was it the stream before that one? Stream before that one. You're going hard in the droplets.
Yes, oinking with your vulva. That is quite the queefing technique, dude. I don't know. I literally was like uvula, and I almost said vulva while still thinking of the uvula, and I was like, it's the uvula, right? The punching sack at the back of your neck or your throat or whatever.
Don't you know that Aru is Don Queef? We got our restart. Let's go.
Don't you know that Aru is Don? That's the uvula. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. My ability to change my voice is not that great.
No,
it's not your voice.
It's not the uvula.
It's not your voice.
Vulva.
Doing the the little pig oink isn't your voice. That's me taking my uvula and the back of my throat and then having them like, it's hard to explain.
Yes, but you are a musician though, right?
Yeah, I'm a musician.
That was what Dooley was saying. Musicians seem to have a funny way of making silly noises in random ways.
Oh yeah.
Because Dooley is also a musician. I'm guessing Dooley knows other
There has
musicians
to
that
be
make
a
silly noises.
Venn diagram for musicians and creating bizarre sounds. Yeah, I do metalcore, so my job is to create bizarre sounds. I showed Scrub what I did on Monday that killed my voice.
I
And there's a
understand
reason.
why her voice was dead yesterday.
Dude, fucking the thing that killed me was Scrub fucking I did one part, the hardest part for me to do, and I was like, this part was so hard. And then all I'm gonna say is that Scrub heard that and went, holy shit, you were like hissing at the end of that.
Sizzling like bacon, man.
Think I can oink now? Yeah. So it's not your vocals. It's just like taking different.
You got
Oh, that
chat
sounds
trying
so
to
weird.
oink now.
It's taking your uvula. It's taking different parts, different pieces of meat in your. God, that sounds so weird.
You just gotta suck the meat in, you know?
in your throat, and then having them kind of like grind against each other.
Yeah, you gotta suck and grind, yeah.
Yeah, sort of like snoring, but not actually. Yeah, you know how snoring is made, where it's actually just like different parts. It's not about your voice at all. It's just about like different parts in your sinuses that are kind of like grinding against each other. That's what it is. You're just doing that, just in a different area.
Remember when VTubers were really into growling? Like there was a short little episode where VTubers was just super
Growling
into
and
the
purring.
growling. Growling and purring, yes. And then I had a friend tell me that all the growls
Rattling.
just
Thank
sounds
you.
like...
That's the word I was thinking of, Ellie. Rattling. I'm rattling it against my throat. Yes.
You're rattling your natural rattle.
Can you guys roll your R's? Can
No.
you roll your R's? No?
No.
Wait, really?
I've tried, and I get when I talk in Spanish, it's there for like a millisecond, and then it's gone. Like it's like it's there.
Apparently,
but, like,
rolling
it's
your
gone.
R's is like a sexy thing too to a lot of people. I don't know why, but like I'm not gonna blame them for it. Like if it's sexy to them, it's sexy to them.
Tongue vibrations. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But you know.
4 years of Spanish wasted. I can't roll R's.
Listen, I have a lifetime of
there's a lot of
Spanish, and it
people-
still can't roll my R's.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blame them for it. Like, there's things that I think is sexy, and people are like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like Hawkeye's haircut in Endgame, I think is sexy. People are like, "You're fucking stupid."
That's the mohawk,
And I'm like,
right?
okay. Yeah, it's like the shaved
Yeah.
mohawk. I like it. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah,
I think
nice.
it's good. Okay,
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah. Have to roll my R's because that's a trumpet technique, no joke. Ah. See, now you and Mezzy can
yeah,
make fun
what's-
of me
what's
about
that,
rolling R's. Mezzy gets
What's
on my
that
case about
technique
because she can
called?
roll.
Because I had to do it for French horn.
It's that little...
Trills? No, it's not trills. It's fucking. Oh, what was it called? Shit. Way too long since I played French horn.
Dolly, use your expertise of trumpet knowledge and explain to us flutter tongue.
Flutter tongue. Thank you. It is flutter tongue. Yeah, I've had to do that for French horn as well.
Alright. Boys know how to flutter the tongue.
Yeah, you got to make your It's hard because you have to also keep your embouchure while you're doing flutter tongue, which is where it was very difficult whenever I was first learning it.
Such fancy music words. I totally understand these fancy music words.
Embouchure is it is the shape and position that you have to put your mouth in to properly cause a resonance in your instrument.
Oh, yeah.
So like you can't just like put like, you know, a trumpet embouchure, which is funny. The trumpet is smaller than the French horn, but the trumpet mouthpiece is like double the size of a French horn's mouthpiece.
Huh.
and each one is different. Where like I can't take my French horn embouchure and put it on a trumpet mouthpiece and it'll work.
Oh, I've never played the trumpet. I played the clarinet though.
You know how on the clarinet you had to have it a certain way?
Yeah, you got.
You had to have your mouth a certain way where like air won't escape, it'll go straight into the reed. And then you also have to like have the reed wet, and then you have to.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're lip biting, but you also have the clarinet mouthpiece in your mouth.
Yeah, that's like an embouchure. It's a different one than what we have to do, but it's an embouchure.
All right.
It's wider but shallower. Yeah. Yours is like a bowl.
Oh.
Mine's like a funnel.
In the words of Dooley, after Dooley said it, huh? Wide but shallow, huh?
I don't know though. My fundamental English pronunciation was kind of screwed up when I was younger, since like for the first few years of my life, my parents spoke German to me, then decided to not continue using it, so it got pruned and forgotten, left me with my funny English in first grade.
Ah, see, I grew up knowing Spanish before I learned English, but then I spoke so much more English that I started like not forgetting but mispronouncing my Spanish. And it's like semi getting better, but it's like still not. Like I sound like a Mexican when I talk in Spanish, but some of my words don't come out the best. They come out a little broken. Poo. But while keeping the corners of your mouth extremely still. Ah.
Poo.
I see.
Yeah, what my band directors always said was like, it's like making a kissy face, but it's a different kissy face depending on what instrument. But you start with a kissy face and then you kind of mold it around that until you can cover the entire mouthpiece where there's no air escaping, and then you can also get the right sort of, I guess, rattle that resonates through the instrument.
Must make face pucker like goldfish.
The neck puff thing that some woodwind players get. Yeah, I've seen that. It's weird.
Thing?
Yeah, so sometimes when people are playing,
their next puff?
they'll kind of sorta, yeah.
Huh.
It's like you think if they continue it for 10 years, they'll turn into a frog.
See, I saw something like that with people who do the glass blowing thing. Like there was one of I saw a TikTok about a dude who was like a former professional glass dude, and when he blew into the thing, his cheeks actually popped up like a frog.
Oh, are you talking about Dizzy
Gillespie?
Gillespie?
What the fuck is that? Time to Google.
Our music teacher in elementary never told us that, so our flutes were heavily off.
Yeah.
You were playing flute in elementary?
God damn. No, yeah, that's about right. That cheek puff. Yeah. Look at you, Dooley, our professional, near doctorate man. You.
Why in the world were you playing flute in elementary?
Flute go toot. They like toot, so they play the toot.
That's surprising, because flutes are not easy to play.
You mean flutes like flutes, or flutes like the piccolo? 'Cause, you know, some places call those flutes too. Like the one where you play hot cross buttons, or like actual you hold to the side.
That's a
flute.
recorder. That's a recorder.
Yes, but some states call them flutes. Like yeah. Piccolos are in the flute family, yeah. I'm thinking of a recorder. Yeah.
Yeah, recorder, yeah. Yeah, no, a recorder is not a flute.
Alright.
It is not technically a flute.
It kind of looks like a plastic
I mean,
clarinet,
technically,
if anything.
it's, if you want to get into actual technicalities, it's technically not properly considered an instrument, but
Ah. It's a non-instrument.
that's like different. Did you just say it's an instrument?
I said non-instrument.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like being the opposite of instrument, outstrument.
Wait, that would have been perfect though. Fuck. I fucked it up.
Piccolos are literally small flutes that play a higher pitch. Yeah.
I see. I see.
Piccolos, you essentially play like a. It's like
Now, what would the ocarina fall in as?
It's a plastic wind instrument. Yeah, it's not a woodwind instrument. The recorder specifically is not a woodwind instrument. It is a plastic wind instrument.
Would the
In Polish,
ocarina
we don't have a
fall
different
under
word
the
for a flute and a
recorder
recorder.
family, or would it fall under the flute family more?
To the whistle family, yeah, that's true.
It's a plastic whistle.
Recorders are probably closer in family to an ocarina than they are to a flute.
I see. I see. I see. I'm learning things today.
Like the piccolo to the flute is kind of like the clarinet to the bass clarinet. Where like the essential way you play it is the same. It's just bass clarinet's bigger, so you have to provide more air. But they essentially produce sound the same way.
Huh. I see.
Also, hi Trimmy.
Yeah, see,
Dude, you're fucking with me. It is not almost 5 p.m.
yeah, it's we've had an hour and a half long yapping session. We might be able to finish this chapter and then probably have to like end stream after.
Yeah.
Which is fine. We just won't get any answers until after.
I fucking will never get these answers. Ocarinas would also, yeah, exactly. They're closely related to the whistle family because the whistle family is usually just like some sort of just mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Blowing into it, and then you just cover holes.
And
that produces a different note depending on the hole that you cover, because you're changing exactly how long it resonates and travels.
Hell yeah, more Slay the Princess streams in quotations. I'm gonna have to like find an auto switch that like the second we start yapping instantly switch it to just chatting.
Dude, oh my god, if only there was a thing like that. Twitch needs that, because there's a lot of streams
Right?
that do that. There's a lot of people that stream and they're like playing a game, then they end up like having a yap session,
Right?
and they go back to playing the game. Like, it's such a normal thing now. It's like,
I also wonder how much more attention we'd get if we were actually just chatting and while being chatting.
Trimmy, you cannot fucking say that. An ocarina is a recorder after the never-ending pasta bowl. I cannot with you right now. I cannot with you.
The never-ending pasta bowl is. What the fuck?
It's an Olive Garden thing. Like they have like a never-ending pasta bowl. You just keep getting. Yeah, it's saying that it's basically a joke that's saying that like the ocarina is just a recorder that got fat because the ocarinas are like potato shaped.
Yeah, it's not wrong. Wait, that's so true.
Am I wrong though? No, you motherfucker. The worst part, the part I'm getting most angry at, is that you're not wrong.
On the fucking dot right there.
And I hate it. I fucking hate it.
The ocarina is the one that gets followed by the funny trombone guy.
Yeah. Oh my god, there was a fucking time I remember. So Trimmy and I were both in band in the same band, like the high school band.
Yeah.
And Trimmy played tuba.
Oh.
And I played French horn.
Oh.
And there was times where like the tubas were a very special group of individuals. When we were in marching band, they had the sousaphones, which are the tubas that just basically wrap around them, and like, you know, you see them in marching band where it's like that huge instrument that's like wrapped around them and then has a giant fucking bell at the top over their head. That's
Shut
a
up,
sousaphone.
Law. Yes, we are still in the first dialogue.
And that sousaphone they'd be able to walk around with it since it was like on top of them. And there was some times where like the tubas would do the bum 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 bum.
Bum. Oh no, Discord's having an outage.
Discord is having an outage.
If we lose Aru to the sauce, we know what happens.
The fat people tune. Can't spell autism without tuba minus B. There's been some I remember there was a couple specialists. There was a psychiatric specialist, and then there was a therapist that told me I should probably go get tested if I am autistic or not, because like they're like, it's not obvious, but like sometimes there's signs and we don't know if it's just like from your ADHD or if it's like it could actually be autism.
I'm just thinking about the sentence that's said out loud. Now, the signs aren't obvious, but sometimes you do this thing.
Yeah, and they're like I don't know, like you know, I can't look at it and be like, there's some people that they'll look at and be like, you definitely have signs of autism, you should probably definitely check that out. They're like, sometimes I see it and sometimes I don't. And said there's been a couple of them who are like, you might need to get tested. So I don't know, maybe I will be autism ready. I don't know. I need to get tested, but I need to find someone who can test adults, because whenever I looked into it, there was a lot of them that were like, oh yeah, test your child, get your child tested for that. And I'm like, where are the fucking adults? And I get it, it's hard because adults have already gone through all of their impressionist phase.
Yeah.
And it's harder to tell if someone is actually autistic or on the spectrum with that, because they've already had all their impressions. They're able to mature, so sometimes they can naturally have their habits mask it, and naturally sometimes their habits end up highlighting it.
Yeah.
So it's harder to tell. It is harder for docs to assign in adults, especially adult women, so may take a few assessments. Why adult women?
Yeah, it's a bit.
Actually, Scars, do you know why? I actually didn't know that.
That is interesting. I know Jade Animation made a video about it recently, about how like they were mildly that, yeah.
I know like autism in women is less studied. I know my therapist specifically, when she was telling me about it, she's like it's gonna be harder, but that's true, yeah, because the social habits are, like we were talking about that earlier with like peeing in public.
True, but that's also difference between guy and girl thing, where like with guys it's kind of more socially acceptable depending on the situation than it is for women.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about, social habits.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I could not be. I don't know. All I know is I for sure have ADHD. I have a minor case of Tourette's. They said that could also be another cause, or that could also be another sign that I have autism, was because I had a minor case of Tourette's, because it's very likely. What was the way that they worded it? It was like having Tourette's commonly goes hand in hand with having autism. So they were like, that could be another reason.
I see.
And I have OCD, which also is common to go hand in hand with autism.
Yeah. One sec, my dog is crying and she's like staring at a corner, and now I think there's something in here. Like all my dogs.
She sees the demon.
All three of my dogs are in one corner and they're staring at one corner. And I'm like very confused and concerned what is happening now. Now I'm gonna go turn around a corner and get possessed now. Love her, Rebecca.
Society kind of pushes women to mask certain things more than it does men, so things they use to detect in men are often less apparent in women, because society pushes women to conform. I will counter argue that. I think it's not the society pushes women to mask certain things more, it's that they mask different things. because men definitely do have to mask plenty of things. And I am all for, I'm a huge advocate for men's mental health too, because I think it's very, very important. I know ow. Wait, how do I say that? Egrai? Did I say Egrai? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I'm an advocate for men's mental health. I think it really frustrates me that the biggest enemy to men getting proper mental health and mental care is themselves. And it's not all themselves as in like it's all your fault, blah blah blah. I think it's more of it's themselves because they understand that there's a societal standard that they feel like they need to reach when they really don't. But I think I'm a huge advocate for them getting actual help because it's very important, and I don't want anyone to ever feel like they need to immediately be repressed to societal norms to a degree. I think some people take that out of context and they're like, oh yes, that means I can be as lewd and lascivious out in public. And no, don't do that shit. I'm fucking stop. That's gross. Stop. But being yourself as being able to express emotion and not be like, I just have to say it is what it is, and then just deal with it and internalize it myself, and then have end up with a bunch of habitual personal reflection defects and a bunch of weak spots and sore spots that will then get triggered over and over again, and I still have to hide instead of naturally working through them when they first show up, and then you don't have those sore spots because you took care of them and you were able to express yourself. The other problem is basic bitch women who deride them for seeking mental help. That's what I'm saying, like the societal standard. The societal standard is the basic people, like the other men that go, you don't need it, and then the girls that are like, that's called being weak, and I don't like men who are weak, and blah blah.
So my dog's just destroyed a fucking power cable. Unplugged.
To what?
You know those monitor cords where it like plugs and gives power to one of the monitors? You have to like buy a separate one to plug it in.
Yeah.
Well, I had a spare one that my dog somehow got to and ripped out one of the plug heads. And Hafti was getting mad because Skull was chewing on it.
Well, god fucking damn.
Like, holy fucking shit.
Bro is just like, nah, your stream's over now. I would rather become wind howling in the woods than reach out and talk about my problems. Yeah, see, and that's the hardest thing about being an advocate for men's mental health is that you feel like you're getting pushback from the people themselves that you're advocating for. Like that, where men will always be like, oh, I'd rather be this, or I'd rather do this thing, this horrible thing, or live to this horrible thing, than have to like fucking sit down and talk about my problems. And it's like, I could tell you all day that I advocate it, and I definitely want you to go get your help, but you're not going to listen to me or internalize it. And that's the hardest part. It's like it's in your genetic code not to. It's funny the lines you hear in the military, like suffer in silence, different mindset of being a product, I suppose, I guess long-term isn't cared that much about. That's because long-term means that they actually have to tend to you and care for you as a person. And that would be a waste of resources and time for them. They instead want you to just run out there, which is, again, a lot of people who are either enamored by a lot of military concepts or are in the military end up being that way, because that's where they're like, this is considered the cool mindset. This is considered the thing that I should strive for. And no, it's fucking not. Being miserable in silence is not what you should strive for. That doesn't make you a better person. In fact, I would argue that those who aren't trying to want to help themselves is less attractive as a human being. It's conditioning 100%. It's actually crazy how effective it can be. Yeah. And I am all for men getting proper mental help whenever they need it. And I love that. And I love when they can seek out help, and because there's a lot of them who are like, no, if I can't solve it myself, then no one can. It's like, no, that's not how perspective works. Didn't intend that as any criticism of either gender, just was answering the reason why they say autism is harder to detect in women than men. What docs use for their checks is more often detectable in men than what. Yeah, exactly. It's like two separate things, right? And it's like it's more of like it's harder to read those behaviors because women are naturally more emotionally expressive for a societal standard. Not like normally or genetically, it's a societal standard. Women are naturally more expressive emotionally than men. So it's harder to see because you can see the different habits that some men have with not expressing their emotion. It's not like every single guy who doesn't express their emotion is this way, but it's like you can see specific habits that you can target based on the way they go about repressing their emotions.
I totally just spent the
and
last
that
minute
can make it more obvious.
trying to talk and not noticing my mic was muted.
Yeah, that would do it. I was wondering where you were.
No, yeah. I was trying to say that I sent you the picture of what my dogs did.
Let me see.
They destroyed
Oh
one of
my
spare
fucking
power
God.
cables. Yeah. Little fucking shit somehow found one of my spare cords. Well, it's not even a spare cord. It was the one that was connected to my 65-inch TV. One time, Hawkty was laying around under the cords, got it unplugged, and I never plugged it back in. Just left it dangling. Probably good thing I did, because these fuckers found it and chewed out the fucking head.
Holy shit.
God, these dogs and my fucking cords, man. First fed cut off my internet cord once. Now I see Skull chewed out my goddamn fucking TV cord. I'm glad I never plugged it back in now, because holy shit.
Yeah, that would have...
Because Hawkty had already...
There would have been a way bigger problem on our hands if that happened.
Oh, definitely. I'd have seen a flickering and be like, holy fuck. Thanks for the follow, Trimmy. Oh, no worries. It happens to me sometimes. I was hoping like hang out with friends for like a very good while, and then notice I like didn't follow them, and so sometimes I'll just like follow them when I notice. And there's like the other times where like I go check on their channel just to see what they're doing, and then halfway through I see that like, oh wait, there's a follow button right there. I definitely should click that.
It also doesn't help. Our general understanding of the mind isn't very solid. Like not too long ago, lobotomies were a genuine procedure. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, that was a procedure.
I remember hearing about that. All that shit. I was going into neuroscience at first, and then I realized I didn't want to girl rot in a fucking classroom for that long, so I didn't. So I stopped trying to go for neuroscience because I'm still very interested in how the brain works and the mind and behaviors and everything and the psychology of it all. Very interesting for me. I love it. Tilu? Is it Tilo?
Don't worry, Trimmy, I'm the same way.
Please, Please help me out with that pronunciation, by the way.
Trial?
Trial?
It sounds like Trial.
Trial? It's like Tilleaux.
Tial?
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 Is it Tial?
Kind of?
I don't have an issue just opening up about problems or admitting I need help, but actually asking for the things that would help, attention, care, etc., is much harder because they're not things that anyone is obligated to give.
It's also
Right,
a thing that when people start trying to demand for, it becomes harder to give. Because there are some people that will try to demand attention and act as if they're owed it because they refuse to go see therapy.
Yes, I have run into way too many people like that.
Yep, they are.
Tilleaux? Okay.
Tilleaux, okay. We were close. We
This is why I
almost had
started doing push-ups to do something else than just fucking rot and do nothing. I will actually feel better and be healthier. Small steps. Kamikaze, that is a fucking thing I try to tell people so often is I'm like, I will tell you the actual science of what being depressed is. It is called a chemical imbalance. That is exactly what being depressed is. I'm not joking. That is scientifically what it is.
It's the literal chemical lack of what is it that's missing? That's not producing enough.
It can be multiple things.
Okay.
It can be you're not getting a certain amount of serotonin, or you're getting too much, and then your brain starts coming down from a high.
Oh, right. And then
it could be dopamine. It could be creatinine. It could be like anything, right?
That's why there's so many medications too, because not all of them do the same thing, and you need some that like do the one that's needed.
And some of those can be fixed just by making your body active or eating certain things that you aren't eating enough of or getting certain vitamins in you.
Yep.
And it can help balance. I know everyone's different. There are literally some brains that just like were not, they were not able to mature enough to be able to properly create every single chemical that it needs to and secrete it when it needs to. So, your brain doesn't have all the different labels of funny juices that it needs to give. And I get that. That's a thing. But that's a very rare thing. And most of the time, it is because you're not either making yourself active enough, you're being very sedentary, or you're eating a lot more of junk rather than anything healthy, and keeping your diet in a balance. It is a lot of things that can affect it. And if you just experiment and be like, hey, maybe I'll work out a bit and see if that fixes it. That doesn't fix it. Maybe it's not working out. Maybe your brain is not secreting what it needs to whenever you're working out. Maybe it's eating something healthier. Maybe it's following a different diet. There is so fucking much that it could be. And a lot of it are things that you're able to test right then and there before you even see professional help. Which is why I also advocate for men's mental health, because it doesn't just mean go see a professional. It means you have to figure it out and understand yourself in order to make yourself better and continue to excel. And a lot of people suffer from not being able to, especially like men suffer from not being able to, like they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go in the gym a lot. Like, that's great. You're gonna go in the gym a lot. You're gonna keep your body active. That's very great. That's amazing. But you also have to make sure your diet is on key. You also have to make sure that if there's any vitamins that you feel that you're not getting, or even just do blood work to see what vitamins you're lacking in, get some supplements for those vitamins. Like, there's so much you can do and workshop around that I think people need to understand more.
Should be done fairly soon, like 10 minutes or so. Okay. I showed the dogs destruction.
The monoamine hypothesis specifically is coming under a lot of scrutiny lately, but yeah, a lot of it is physiological in some way. Yeah, because, and that's just like I have a little bit of expertise in that, because I started to understand and look up and research how the brain works and how the brain works a lot of times is it not only sends signals and it not only connects synapses for your memories, but it also it secretes certain chemicals, and those chemicals that it secretes are usually meant to sway what you're thinking or how you're feeling to a certain degree that helps keep a balance in your brain. And things like addictions can cause depression. Because when you feed that addiction, you're feeding your brain too much to the point where it's over secreting. And when you don't have enough of that addiction, your brain isn't getting any secretion because it's trained to only secrete once you have fed that addiction. That is part of the problem of addiction. Yeah, there's a lot of science into it, but I don't have to go through everything right now. That's a lecture, and I'm not here to lecture, I'm here to yap.
Yeah. I do possibly definitely need to like start heading out now though.
That's completely fine. I loved that we just had a fucking yap session. I honestly loved it. It's fantastic.
We definitely got distracted in the beginning.
We got
middle,
2
and
lines into the game and talked for 2 hours.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, I'm gonna see who's
And you know what?
Slay the Princess.
I'm completely fine with that.
Oh hell yeah. Let's see. I chose last time. You choose someone someone to raid.
Oh, okay. Let me look at who's playing Slay the Princess. Ooh, there's this guy named Scrubtello, looks like.
Oh
playing the
yeah,
game.
it seems like he's ending stream soon.
Oh. Man.
Shit.
Scrubtello ended stream when I didn't want him to. Oh my god, I have to cancel him. Anyway, twit longer. My experience
man.
with Scrubtello.
My experience with Scrubtello is I tried to raid him and he was raiding someone else, and now I'm sad.
Ooh, this seems interesting. Let me send you the name.
Alright. Alrighty.
I really want to go back to school for this, but college is expensive. I have literally just been doing most of it after I stopped pushing for neuroscience. I did most of it just looking up online.
Yeah, you get a lot of information online.
You can get a lot of information online as long as you understand how to vet your information and how to figure out what is true and what is not, because there's plenty of misinformation online. Take everything with a grain of salt, but definitely do research. Yeah, I was so interested in the brain and like how the brain works stuff, but I was not interested in staying in school. I hate classroom environments. I hate it.
I'm about the same. I'm the same way. I can't learn well in the classroom environment. I learn more through experience.
Same. Hands-on stuff. Hands-on.
Yeah.
And usually one-on-one or like small groups, not like, 20, 30 people in a room.
Really well for me too. Yeah.
All right, so let's start up this raid.
Yes. Set that up.
Start that raid.
Scrub raid. Mission port, and then do-
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. I'm so sorry we didn't play much of the game at all, but we did have a fun yapping session. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. I really thank you guys so much for being so responsive in the chat. I really appreciate it.
For sure.
I'm a professional yapper, so I need it.
Oh yeah. All right, my fellas. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Hasta luego. Bye bye.
And for all of my viewers, if you guys want to, please follow Scrubtello. His name is in the title. You can just hover over that, click follow,
Yes,
get that
go
done.
follow
We
Aru
usually
as well.
scream. We usually stream at different times. We scream at the same time, but we stream at different times. So for the most part, so you don't have to worry about us overlapping a whole lot, and you can go enjoy his content. Also, for anyone who wants to, that's new, here's the Discord link. I love you all so much. And I will be live again Tuesday with Trimmy playing Borderlands 3. We're going to continue that and probably finish that second DLC and move on to the third one. And I hope to see you guys there. I love you all. Thank you guys for coming. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.